It's almost like after 30 years, he's become an overnight sensation because it feels like the rest of America is now experiencing Chris Mad Dog Russo because he's on First Take with Stephen A. Smith. Chris has been doing this for a long, long time, battling everybody. Mad Dog Unleashed on Sirius XM, that's channel 82, host of High Heat on Major League Baseball Network. Congrats, Chris, on this overnight success.
Out of nowhere, Danny, you know how much I love coming on. How you doing, pal? Okay?
I'm good. You argue for a living, but when you go on First Take, how much say do you have in those topics that you're going to be exploring?
More than I thought. We did a little baseball a couple weeks ago. I suggested maybe something on Krzyzewski yesterday because obviously, the Duke game on Saturday and the fact they played today at noon. So I thought you had to do a little college basketball. I'm careful. It's Stevie's show. So, I'm a new guy on the block. I don't want to make any waves. I thought maybe you had to do something on Calvin Ridley, with the gambling thing with the 1 year. They agreed on that anyway. But, I think, I will be gentle, but I'll suggest, what the hell? I've been doing this for a long time. And as you said, it's almost like I've been debating my whole life. Half the time on Sirius, I'm talking to myself for 3 hours. So as a result, I come up with topics. I did it with Mike for 19 years. I've been on all these. I've been on with your show a million times. You and I have had plenty of debates going back to your days at SportsCenter. So it's almost like I've been trained to do this. So I'm usually fairly comfortable. I think the two sports I'm a little shaky with right now, if there was a big boxing match, Steve's great with that. I'd have a little work to do. And NBA regular season, especially right now where it's sort of in and out of the clouds when I'm more into the college, maybe it can be a little spotty, but, I'll adapt the way I have to adapt. But I've had some say in what I think in a 2-hour thing. That's a long time, 2 hours to talk. So I've had a little say.
The art of winning an argument. What is your art of winning an argument?
Well, in the old days with Mike, it was a case of, out screaming him and maybe figuring out a way to get, sort of wearing him down, the battle of attrition. And eventually Mike would just throw up the white flag. You know what? I'm not going to win this one. The hell with it. All right, you win. In this particular situation where you don't want to come across as a loudmouth bully, as you said, who in America knows who Chris Russo is. So you have to be a little more gentle. And again, I still consider myself almost as a guest, more so as a semi-co-host. So I don't want to overstep my bounds. But the great thing about him, I don't know if you know him that well, Dan, I don't know what your relationship, but the great thing about him is he doesn't care who gets the credit as long as the show is good. A lot of guys wouldn't do it that way. In my show, I've been doing it for 10 years. You're a guest and you're going to follow my lead. He doesn't seem to have that attitude. So as a result, if I want to scream and yell about where Curry is with Bird, I want to scream and yell about where Wilson is with Rodgers. At least in the first couple of appearances, he's let me do that. So I think I've learned in my life not to go too crazy because you can win an argument and still look bad.
Yeah.
You can, all right, you win, but it doesn't come across well. And you also want to be likable. Right? You're on TV, you're on radio. There's got to be a little likability factor. So you want to be able to get your point across. Great if you win, but have some fun doing it. And you want that to come across. So if you have to lose an argument for the sake of losing it because it's good TV or good radio, I think I didn't know this 15 years ago. I probably know that now.